There's always someone who just isn't quite in tune with everyone else. When the group mind takes over, that person becomes the subject of criticism and ridicule. Making a mistake at work isn't a good idea. If you do, your coworkers might talk about you. You might not get that next raise or promotion. It may even be one of the reasons why you get laid off. When you notice your mistakes too much, you strengthen the personality of the internal judge inside your head. What's worse is when it happens so often that your fear takes over, paralyzing you from being able to make a decision, to take any effort at all, because you're worried about what others might say or do. What if work were like a rehearsal? Expectations are different in rehearsal. It's practice. You don't have to get everything right every time. You can make mistakes. You can keep trying. You can stop and even get help. Others aren't as critical of you because they don't expect you to be perfect. They are trying to learn too. If work were like a rehearsal, then you wouldn't need to remember exactly everything all the time. It would be okay. Others would offer help, and you could listen to it and accept it graciously, because you know that helping you means that it will contribute to the group's overall performance. Their motivation is to help, for all of you. The only pressure is to eventually get it, to eventually be ready when it comes time to perform. Until then, progress matters more than the result. Besides work, maybe what really matters is that you see both your work and your life as a rehearsal. Then you could really learn from mistakes and failures, instead of personalizing or judging yourself too harshly. You could enjoy what you're trying to learn, to not be so serious, so that you can be part of some hilarious outtakes. If something spontaneous happens in your life rehearsal, then you could enjoy it as good, meaningful, and important, rather than see it as an error or distraction. To live life like a rehearsal can begin with learning to hear the internal judgments, to become aware of those voices in a way that lets you also recognize the voices of encouragement and your own goodness. Learning to hear the judgments, but also recognize what is good about who you are, can be cultivated through mindful awareness practices like meditation, body consciousness practices like yoga, or creative expression activities like writing, performing, or painting. When you begin to live your life like a rehearsal, you'll notice that you are a little kinder and gentler towards yourself. And maybe that's really the most important, because you matter. Your precious life